morning. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought you might want to know, what in the world can you get if you are going to be looking more of centrally here in Vancouver, which means not too far north, not too far south, but kind of like right in the middle. And I don't mean far to the west in the Philide area or far to the east into the Camas-Washougal area. What in the world is going on in 2025 for Vancouver, Washington in the way of affordability, inventory? What in the world is going on with what you can get for a home? Well, today in this video, I'm going to give you some stats regarding what's going on with the housing and pricing, and more importantly, I'm going to actually kind of give you a taste. If you were going to go more centrally from east to west, what type of home are you going to get around that same square footage within about a 10-year difference? And we're going to get started right now. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I have a lot of people that are looking to know where can they find affordability in Vancouver. And well, you know, with the actual median sales price at around $550,000, which is, mind you, up 2.8% from last year, is quite unnerving for some people who are wanting to find affordability. And so I figured today, I have us kind of centrally located. I'm going to take you out and I'm going to show you 3 properties today. And what I thought I would do is I would pick 3 homes that are more kind of central, in the central belt, as I call it, meaning not too far on the east side, meaning Camas-Washougal, and not too far on the west side, meaning Philide. So I'm going to have you kind of right in the middle, and we're going to actually look at 3 homes, and with the idea of what in the world could I get if I wanted to get around a 2,200 to 2,300 square foot home, 3 bedrooms or more, you know, around the age of about 10 years difference. So we're going to be looking at homes from around 2005 to around 2013. And what would that home look like? And so we're going to actually be looking at that today, because I want to make sure to just kind of give you some updates on what our trends of our homes are doing as well, so that you can kind of get a pulse on whether should you be looking now or should you be waiting. So first, let's kind of dive into some stats, shall we? So if we're comparing 2024 to 2025, this time of the year, we actually have an increase of listings, rightly so. We're starting October. We're at 3.3% increase. And our pending sales, though, have decreased, but not quite too much, not even quite 0.5%. They're at about 0.30%. And then of course our closed sales, which is really interesting, our closed sales have actually increased 1.4%. And so on average, our sales price, it has actually increased 2.4% as a whole. Now I'm not talking about the median sales price, because that increased 2.8%, but the average sales price increased 2.4%. And current months of inventory right now is at 3.6. So kind of interesting. We have an increase in new listings, rightly so. We have a little bit of a decrease in pending sales, but again, interest rates sometimes play along with that. And you also need to pay attention to the closed sales, which have increased 1.4%. So people are still buying. And so now it comes down to, what can I get if I was going to be looking within today, the Central Belt, around the same type of home? Well, I'm going to take you out. I'm going to show you the streets of that community. I'm going to show you the homes. I'm going to give you all the information that you need to know so that you can make a good decision yourself. So stay tuned, because we're going to get after it right now. Here is the first property that we are at in today's tour. And this property is located more of on the, again, remember, we're doing the Central Belt, kind of, but we're more on the west side, and the suburb that we're in is called the Cottages. Now, this community, just so that you know, the median home price in this area is around $435,000. Also, it's in the Vancouver School District, so if schools are important to you, I always tell my clients, be sure to go on several different sites to look up the school ratings before you decide which school you want your children to go to, which may also determine what area that you purchase in. But today we are looking at all things of what you can get with the general ranges of a certain square footage, like I said, age built, 3 bedrooms or more, and we're going to quickly determine what kind of price point you're going to get for it. But without further ado, let me show you the first home in this top 3 that we're looking at today. And that is this little gem right here. There it is. There it is right there. It is built in 2013. It is a 2299 square foot home. It offers 2.5 bath, 4 bedrooms, plus a den. And what's really nice is a lot of times people will say that there are 4 bedrooms, but what they try to count is a bedroom on the main because it has a closet, but it's in the front of the home, which normally we wouldn't want our bedroom in the front of the home. That would rightly be called a den. Well, this home right here offers that 4 bedrooms plus a den, 2.5 bath, and it's listed for $565,000, which is around $246 a square foot. So it's not too bad. Again, like I said, median home price in this area is $435,000. The suburb of the cottages, again, it's a little bit more of a condensed community, but the ages of the home are around the same age range, and so you're not feeling like you're going through a time zone, so to speak, getting to it. Or should I say within it, getting to it, you do have a few. But this is the first home out of the 3 that I'm showing you today. I'm now gonna take you to the next one, which is a little bit further as we go east, not quite, over into that Camas area, of course, because I didn't want to take you to the far outskirts of east towards Camas or west towards Philida. But we're gonna see what you can get as we kind of move more over to that east side and see whether you're gonna tell if the price points are gonna change or be around the same for around the same type of home. So let's get going. We made it to the second home, and as you could tell when we drove into the community, we had some older homes kind of mixed within, and that's because the community that we're in right now is called Landover. And within this community, there's around 94 homes, but they were an infill build, so you have some different ages around it. But the median value for the homes in this area is $465,600. And as you can tell when we drove through, well, the homes were a little bit, at different ages. The one that we're looking at right now, this one is a 2009 built. I'm gonna turn around here in a minute so you can see it. We're obviously on a little private cul-de-sac here, which is really ideal, again, if you don't wanna have people driving through and having a lot of traffic sounding, going as, inside a community. This home would actually offer that. But let me turn around and show you the home here. There it is. This home right here, this home is 2009. It is actually 2239 square feet, and it offers 3 bedrooms plus a bonus room, 2.5 baths, and it actually backs to a green space, or what they call a green belt. And the price of this home, well, as we're getting a little bit more over to the, east side, here, the price of this one is at $575,000. So just a little bit higher than the one that we just left. That was, of course, over on that more west side. But that's this home right here. It is in the Landover community, offered at $575,000. Let's go take a look at the very last home that is the furthest over on the east that we can go, so that we can kind of get an idea of what the values are going to be, and then you can conclude on what you think. So without further ado, let's go. Here we are at the final home of the day, which happens to take us all the way on closer to that east side, not quite Camas, but right above Fisher's Landing, and we are in the suburb known as Morning Glen. And here in this community, these homes here are a little bit newer. The home we're looking at today is built in 2005, and it's actually good to note here that it's in the Evergreen School District. And so if you want to know regarding the Evergreen area, which is more of like east side with affordability, I did do a video on that. So you might want to check that video out just so you can kind of know some more affordable kind of east side living being in the Evergreen area. But the school district here is the Evergreen School District. And this home that we're going to look at right here in this area is on the higher side versus the other two, and yet median home price for this area is $499,900, so just a little below $500,000. But here's the little gem that we're going to be looking at, which is that one right there, built in 2005. It is 2304 square feet. It offers 3 bedrooms plus an office and 2.5 baths. So this one does have, they didn't improperly tag it with 4 bedrooms, but it does have an office on the main. Sometimes offices, the agents will note it as an office, even though it does have a closet and can be counted as a actual bedroom. This agent is noting it as a 3-bedroom plus office. And it's listed at $605,000. And that's around $263 a square foot. But this is the home right here, not too bad. Proximity, it's actually not far from a really sought after community known as Maple Glen because of the inner parks, which is just right across the street, just not even, just kind of kitty corner from this community. So it is a great location. But anyway, this kind of just lets you know as far as where is the affordability. If you're looking around that same square footage, around that, you know, difference of price of homes of around 10 years or so, and well, around 3 bedrooms or more. So as you can tell, we had some different price points, and you can determine which area you like the best, which maybe subdivisions felt a little bit different for you and that you might have gravitated more to, but more importantly, what's the difference in price. So I hope that you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. And of course, I hope to meet you one day, not just, you know, behind that computer screen or that TV, but actually in person or by Zoom. So until next time, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great home buying and selling day.